us a better place. Concern over double payment on some NIS pension checks. And in sports, the Barbados flag to be raised at the World Under-20s.
The CBC Headline News, brought to you by Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network.
Credible, balanced, committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
And a very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the CBC Evening News. And our top story, Prime Minister Fundell Stewart says there will be no begging by his government to garner support from the opposition in its quest to make Barbados a better place. Mr. Stewart made the remark last evening in wrapping up the debate for the Constitution Amendment Bill. He lamented the fact that it was a worthy constitutional amendment, which according to him should have gotten the unilateral support of the House. Mr. Stewart stressed that the bill only sought to clear up an omission that was created by the then BLP government back in 2004.
I am not going to join any chorus in this House asking honorable members on the other side of the House, please for your support. This is a constitutional amendment. It does not bring any benefit to any honorable member on this side of the House. It is not for the enrichment or for the enlargement of any honorable member on this side of the House, or for that matter on that side of the House. It is to correct an oversight, which oversight, Mr. Speaker, was committed by the Attorney General of the day. And the Attorney General of the day was the Honourable Member for St. Michael North East.
Well, Barbadians are being urged to pay greater attention to their state of health this crop over season. Health Minister John Boy says many people are not giving serious attention to diet and exercise as they should. He is calling on Barbadians to celebrate crop over in the true spirit of Bajan culture, which is known for its reveling and culinary delights.
We need to be constantly mindful of the need for safety and the need for ensuring that there is not overindulgence. And I speak, sir, of overindulgence of any kind, be it overindulgence in terms of salivation, overindulgence in terms of consumption, either of good food, because we can overconsume good food, and certainly we want to urge the non-overindulgence of the consumption of alcohol, especially at this time of celebration.
An MP for St. Michael South East, Santia Bradshaw, wants more attention paid to the issue of safety for those participating in the festival. She says this is of paramount importance. Ms. Bradshaw is, however, confident that despite the challenges, she believes the police force is competent in protecting the island.
Barbados' crop over has now become, very significant in terms of the carnival circuit and the crop over circuit. And I believe that those participating in the festival look forward to it each year annually to be able to not only make a little money, but also to revel and to enjoy themselves. Obviously, there's a time where people are particularly concerned about their safety, particularly in recent times, with all the discussions about crime in the country and stuff like that. And I know that the Royal Barbados Police Force will have its work cut out for it. But I do hope that all citizens pay attention to what is happening, pay attention to their own safety.
Well, there's concern tonight about the National Insurance Scheme amid reports of individuals receiving twice as much as they're entitled to in monthly pensions. Kareem Smith has this exclusive report.
98-year-old Gwendolyn McConney of St. Patrick's Christchurch has been getting monthly checks totaling $580 since she became eligible to receive a monthly non-contributory pension. That was until the middle of last year. McConney's daughter, Elfrida Small, tells CBC News that in May of 2015, the money they received was double the usual amount. She raised the matter with the NAS, who promised to look into it, but the monthly windfall continued.
That money came here, and I said, look, you see me? I know this money is wrong. It is wrong, and I don't want no part of it. 'Cause I don't let money make me a fool. I can have, and I can get let I don't have. You understand? I said, okay, I'm going to put aside that money because they keep sending it all the time. Because when they find out what is going on, then I will have no problem. So I decided I'm not even giving them. There's a manager's check I went to get from the credit union.
Still concerned about the double payments for nearly a year, Small says she purchased the manager's check and returned the difference to the NAS. No, the good deed is causing a financial hardship because the NAS is refusing to make any more payments to the elderly pensioner, and the daughter is having to pull her pocket for all her bedridden mother's expenses. On top of that, she says the NAS is not even offering a thank you for her honesty. Kareem Smith, CBC News.
Well, since we followed the story, Ms. Small made another visit to the Culloden Road headquarters of the NAS. This time, there's good news. She told CBC that after hours of waiting, she was able to leave with a check in her hand. CBC spoke to an official from the NAS who says the organization is aware of some beneficiaries receiving double payments. However, it remains unclear how many persons were affected and just how much money is involved. Stay with us. We'll have more news right after the break.
Don't let your data experience slow you down. Step up to Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network, more than twice as fast as the slow network. Get more with Digicel. Digicel, the fastest 4G network in Barbados. Dial *153 to sign up to Digicel today.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Junior Calypsonians have something to say. Extra, extra, read all about it. Hot topics at the Scotiabank Junior Calypso Monarch Finals in association with IGM Stage Lighting. Extra, extra.
On Saturday, July 23rd at 7 p.m., the Junior Calypso Monarch finalists will ignite the stage at Kensington Oval with a range of hot topics as they vie for the Scotiabank Junior Calypso Monarch crown. Tickets are $25 for adults, $15 for children ages 4 to 12. Available from all Crop Over box offices and online at ticketpal.com. Log on to www.ncf.bb for more details. Purchase a ticket for any NCF event and have an opportunity to win a piece of the rock. Come for Crop Over.
Eskimo. Value, convenience, we got it. 50 stores and services, yeah, we got it all. When it comes to you and your family, it's here in Haggett Hall. Sky Food Court, this mall has it all. Eskimo. Right here in Haggett Hall. Eskimo. Convenience for the family. Eskimo. Everything for you and me. Eskimo. Right here, yeah, yeah. When it comes to you and your family, it's here in Haggett Hall. Sky Food Court, this mall has it all. Eskimo.
Yeah! I's a Bajan. I can rep this Bajan flag. Yes! This is Rick, and I will be there when Bacchanal Time presents the best of October 2016. Lloyd Erskine signing presenter. We can mash it up Wednesday the 27th of July and Thursday the 28th of July. On! We coming no madder than anything. Bacchanal Time can be madder than anything.
As a global entity tasked with the job of agricultural development, the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, or ICA, has to be accountable. This from ICA representative in Barbados, Ina Harvey, during an accountability seminar organized by the agency. She says the agency remains committed to its members, which includes Barbados.
As one of the 34 member states of ICA, Barbados is represented on our highest governing body, which is the IABA, the Inter-American Board of Agriculture. And this is through our Minister of Agriculture, Food, Fisheries and Water Resource Management. All of our member states contribute, and this is financially through a quota, towards the operation of ICA offices in the 34 member states. And this accountability seminar speaks to the Institute's commitment to accounting for its actions while being transparent in its functions at the national level.
A member of the Barbados Muslim community, Saber Nakuda, says the group is expressing a keen interest in the area of politics, and Mr. Nakuda believes Barbadians will accept Muslims within the political arena.
And I think that Barbados would have no problem of either Muslim or East Indian Muslims running for a particular constituency, because we are part and parcel of this landscape. This land is ours, as our 50th anniversary song says.
And he was speaking during an interview with CBC News at his home. Mr. Nakuda also says he is happy that Prime Minister Frundell Stewart has recognized the contribution of all ethnicities to Barbados. He says the Muslim group is living in peace with society.
We have no problem in Barbados, you know what I mean? We have no problem with Barbadians, but we also know our responsibility as Muslims and as Bajan Indians, that we know how to behave, that we need to have respect for each other. We need to learn to develop Barbados for ourselves, you know, and for our family. So we are doing our best to make sure, you know, that we also do everything that is good for Barbados. And we also are very serious and we understand, you know, that we will never ever do anything that would bring harm to our country, Barbados.
And still to come, a look at some of the stories making headlines across our region.
The ultimate adventure begins at Courts. For every $100 spent, you get a chance to win a trip for 4 to Universal Studios, a Samsung 55-inch curved TV, or one of 5 S7 handsets. Plus, buy any Samsung TV for a chance to win a 65-inch curved TV. Purchase one of our featured audio systems for a chance to win a PlayStation 4, or your purchase free. Shop with Ready Finance and pay nothing down for 30 days. Join the adventure only at Courts, bringing value home.
Since its inception, the CBTF has committed Barbados $14 million to train and certify 4,000 workers in technical and vocational education. 17 businesses and 8 associations have already benefited. Will you be next? The CBTF has launched a 4th competitive cycle. Apply for funding to train your employees. Applications are now open and will close on July 29, 2016. Find out more by logging on to www.cbtf.com.br for more details, or by calling 227-9090. Imagine your business being better, more competitive, more efficient with an employee training grant from the CBTF, the Competency-Based Training Fund, investing in skills for the future.
On the biggest Sunday in Soca, we bring to you the battle of the MQI 98.1 Soca Royale! Starting from 3 p.m. with the 98.1 DJ, Kirk Brown, Versi, and Indian, and the Monarchs of the Mass as we pay tribute to Lil Ray, Mikey, Edwin, Blood, and RPB with live performances from Griner, Gabby, Ras Island, the Bashman Soca King, Snippy, and more! History will be made as 2015 Sweet Soca Monarch Edwin Yearwood awaits all challenges from Adrian Clark, Biggie Irie, Joaquin, Marvin, Mikey, Mr. Deal, Nikita, and Peter Rand. Then it's Party Monarch time as Edwin Yearwood, Iwan, Lead Pipe and Satis, Lil Rick, Mikey, Mr. Deal, Mr. Blunt, and TC challenge 2015 Party Monarch Peter Ram for the throne. Advance tickets $50, at the door $60, and children under 12 $20. The MQI 98.1 Soca Royale. Buy a ticket for any National Cultural Foundation event and get a chance to win a piece of land.
Across the Caribbean, brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean.
Regional news now. First, in Guyana, a young mother remains missing months after leaving home in search of a job. And police are trying to find out who used the woman's telephone to call her family, saying that all is well. Travis Chase reports.
Lots of dream I get But she plenty dream. And I get a fear that she passed away because I am not hearing nothing about she anymore.
After 1 month of frantic search for their young loved one, close relatives of a missing Enmore woman are trying to hang on to their hope of finding her alive. Police say they have investigated more than 5 tips over the past months, dedicating 3 to the case, and still they have no concrete leads pointing to the whereabouts of 27-year-old Glarmenia Rosario. Her sister, Himwenty Rosario, said her sister, Glarmenia, had seen an advertisement in the newspaper in November of 2015 of a job opening in Madhya and decided she was going for that job.
The day before Diwali, and go and work and come back, and Diwali morning, she left 5:30. We didn't see her, but me hear she was bathing. And when I wake up, I asked them for the mother, and I said, the mother already gone and left them. And she said she had to work on Madhya. And she go in and says, my sister, go, she never call me. And I never see back her and hear back a voice from she.
The tearful sister said that she heard from her sister in February of 2016 saying that she was heading further into the interior. But since then, the family has not been able to contact Glarmenia Rosario.
The family of former Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister, the late Patrick Manning, say they would be unwilling to accept the nation's highest award, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, on his behalf. The refusal was issued on behalf of the family by one of Mr. Manning's sons, Brian. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley only last week announced his intentions to give the former Prime Minister the award. However, according to Mr. Manning's son, the best way to honor his father's life would be the re-establishment and expansion of the Divine Echoes Orchestra Initiative and establishment of the Patrick Manning Development Fund at the International Finance Center. Mr. Manning, along with Basdio Pandey, both refused that award in 2014 after then Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar recommended that they receive the nation's highest award. Well, former Prime Minister of Dominica, Patrick John, had his right leg amputated. It is reported that the leg was seriously infected. Mr. John is a diabetic. 79-year-old John was readmitted to hospital almost a month ago with heart-related ailments. In January, he was airlifted to Martinique for urgent medical attention, and while there, surgery was performed on his leg.
Across the Caribbean, brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean.
And ahead is a day's top sports stories, but first, here is a tip from Cooperators General Insurance.
This tip of the day is brought to you by Cooperators General Insurance Company Limited. Insurance the way you want it to be.
The most common symptom of lupus is arthritis. Other common symptoms are unexplained chest pain, fever, and fatigue. This tip is brought to you in association with the Hope Foundation, creating awareness of the lesser-known chosen illnesses.
Fly away to somewhere new, buy a gift just for you. Get cash back or give it away. Choose your reward, choose it today.
CIBC First Caribbean Visa Classic and Visa Gold credit cards now have rewards, and you choose how you use your reward points. Get merchandise from international stores or receive cash back on your card. And Gold card holders can use their points towards flights on any airline.
To fly, to buy, to get, or to give, shop, earn, enjoy with CIBC First Caribbean Rewards Visa Classic and Visa Gold cards. CIBC First Caribbean, for what matters.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Junior Calypsonians have something to say. Extra, extra, read all about it. Hot topics at the Scotiabank Junior Calypso Monarch Finals in association with IGM Stage Lighting. Extra, extra.
On Saturday, July 23rd at 7 p.m., the Junior Calypso Monarch finalists will ignite the stage at Kensington Oval with a range of hot topics as they vie for the Scotiabank Junior Calypso Monarch crown. Tickets are $25 for adults, $15 for children ages 4 to 12. Available from all Crop Over box offices and online at ticketpal.com. Log on to www.ncf.bb for more details. Purchase a ticket for any NCF event and have an opportunity to win a piece of the rock. Come for Crop Over.
Let's make an effort to clean up today. Young and old, we all have a part to play.
Civil Protection Department wants you to join with us to protect our land, air, and water. Don't be the problem, be part of the solution. Join hands with the EPD to keep Barbados clean.
We all have a part to play.
It's time for Bacchanal Time, twice as nice.
Bacchanal Time presents the very best of Popover.
2 big shows, Wednesday, July 27th and Thursday, July 28th at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center.
Featuring Bryna, RPB, Mr. Dale, Marvin, Peter Ram, Biggie Irie, the Bassman King, Steffi, Lil Rick, Mad, the comedy of Raman Cork and Trevor Eastman, and a whole lot more. Tickets now $70.
Good evening, I am Mark Seal with your CBC Sports World. Barbadian Mario Burke captured bronze in the men's 100 meters final at the IAAF World Under-20 Championship in Poland this evening. Running out of lane 8, that will be the second from the left of your screen in the blue and gold, Burke clocked 10.26 seconds, finishing third behind the winner, Noah Lyles of the United States, in 10.17.
Well, they go away first time. De Oliveira rather staggered out of the blocks there and over on the far side. Chambers has got off the fly and the Britons come to a halt. And look, coming through there is Lyles. And Lyles in the end takes it with some ease. 10.18. The Americans so disappointed not to get 2 men into this final. But Noah Lyles in the end was head and shoulders above the rest, and it was a dramatic final. And Burke, the Bayesian, well, he broke from the block so well, but in the end, it was a one-man race. Noah Lyles is the world champion.
And he's one of the slightest in the field. Really sad to see Reckmiel Miller drop out there with that leg injury. But coming through really strongly, Lyles over the second half gets that goal from Tortu. But clear daylight, as you said quite rightly, Martin, between the American and the rest. 10.18 there, that winning time. In fact, 10.17 to Tortu's 10.24, and it was close for the bronze, but Burke took it.
Meanwhile, Barbadian Michael Nichols has advanced to tomorrow's final in the men's 110 hurdles in a personal best time of 13.42 seconds. Running in heat number 3, and this will be third from the right of your screen. He was third and qualified 6th overall.
Well, no problems that time. There's a little bit of a stutter maybe from Zabrowski there out of the blocks, and they're all also running out there was Daniels of Canada. He's gone. So it's an eventful race, and Russell over on the far side in the end is going to run away with it. And coming through in second was Latin of the United States. That was a disappointing run for him. Marcus Clark came here with the best of 13.25, and suddenly now, after a very eventful third heat, he didn't even get away quickly. We've got the fastest time by a junior in the world this year. Stunning stuff.
Well, the Americans are going to have their hands full with this fella, aren't they? Because the second half of his race was quite remarkable. He's a huge guy. He's built more like a rugby player. Imagine him in the centre.
And Tristan Evelyn is into the semi-finals of the women's 100. She clocked 11.81 to be third in heat number 1. Marlon Samuels has been named the West Indies Player of the Year. This was at last night's WICB and WIPA award ceremony in Antigua. Samuels had a good year in the 2015-2016 period. Along with being the Cricketer of the Year, he was also the One-Day Player of the Year. Although he wasn't voted as the T20 Player of the Year nor the Caribbean T20 Player of the Year, he was the player of the match in the ICC T20 World Cup final, which the West Indies won in India this year back in April against England. Samuels made 85 not out back then in the final. Now, incidentally, Chris Gayle is the T20 Player of the Year and Dwayne Bravo the Caribbean T20 Player of the Year. Some of the other winners include Stephanie Taylor. She's the Women's ODI, T20 and Overall Player of the Year, while Barbadian left-arm spinner Jamal Warrican is the Emerging Player of the Year. Former Barbados cricketer Franklin Stevenson says Dennis Ramdin shouldn't have been dropped from the West Indies team at this stage. Wicketkeeper batsman Ramdin has been left out of the squad for the upcoming Test series against India, which incidentally begins tomorrow. But the former commentator says Ramdin still had a role to play. Stevenson, speaking last night on QFM's cricket talk show Mid-Wicket, also suggested that there were more reasons for omitting the batsman Marlon Samuels instead.
Ramden is still proving himself to be, although he's not flawless, he's still our best wicketkeeper in the Caribbean, right? And he's now showing that he's actually putting a few scores together. Is it the right time to oust Ramden out of a weak side? Because Ramden also had another feather in his cap where that team's position was concerned, that he's a very experienced player and he is a past captain as well, and he can also give Jason Holder a hand in positions, you know, at times when definitely there are going to be those times when that young captain is going to need some help out there, you know. So I'm a little concerned about that sudden jolt in a sense. You look at Samuels, and Samuels scores your score every, I don't know, about 10 scores or something like that, and you know, his performances in the field, you know, the demeanor towards the game, it's not really become